Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to look at how you can mark work and give feedback in real time and at the end of a hand-in deadline. So what we need to do first, if you haven't watched the video on creating assignments, it's probably best that you watch that video before so that you understand how to create an assignment and how to attach all the relevant documentation so learners have everything they need to complete a piece of work. Once you've done that and you've submitted the assignment, then this is the stage where you can start giving feedback. And you can start giving feedback almost instantaneously because as students start to engage with the task by creating a blank document or a slide or using a template you've provided, you will be able to in real time comment on what they're doing. Whether you want to do that or not is totally up to you, but I'm going to show you how you can do it in both ways. So, for the purpose of this, I've created an assignment in here called Imaginative Story Writing. The task is to plan, write, and edit an imaginative story, and I have a student who's handed some pieces of work in. So you can see the task here as would be seen by pupils. You can see I've added a rubric, which is 2 criteria, and it's marked out of 6. I can also view more instructions if I wanted to, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to start reviewing the work because that's what I want to show you today. So when we log in here, you can see that the piece of work that's already been handed in automatically comes up. And you'll be able to see I'm already working on this. So I've already added some comments to the work, but I've not finished yet. So one or two things that we want to show you is on the far right hand side, you'll see this grading set up here. So this is where you can grade, you can give the final mark, you can see your rubric. So you can see all of the text and the description within that rubric and you can give a mark. And also we've got another criterion, which is imagination. And you can see the criteria, the descriptors, and you can give a mark there. You'll also be able to see that I've already left a private comment here, and it was just for timing of this video, that you can leave private comments as well. Now, private comments are seen on Google Classroom. These comments that you can see within the doc can all be viewed if they just open the document. So there's only a slight difference. I tend to use the private comments as a generic comment for how they've done overall. So maybe referencing their score and referencing what they've done well and maybe a next step. So everyone's slightly different here, but that's just to let you see that you've got the access to the rubric, you've got access to score using the rubric, and you've also got access to a private comment. What I wanted to show you as well as this grading system, you've got another tab here which is called the comment bank. And what I like to do before I even start marking work for the year is I like to make sure that I've got my my regularly written comments added to my comment bank. So when I'm marking writing as a primary school teacher, what I often have to do is remind pupils that a capital letter is required, give them some praise with an awesome opener. Maybe they need some punctuation. They've used fantastic vocabulary. The thing that is good about commenting on Google Classroom is you don't have to write it every time. So there's actually a couple of ways in which we can post comments for learners to see. Now, as you can see, I've highlighted this PIP, which required a capital letter. And I used my comment bank to add that comment there. So I didn't need to type it all in. I just need to start typing it and it would write that text for me. As you can see, there's a couple of spelling mistakes here, curious and bigger. Now there's two options here. We can double click on here, add a comment, and we can start writing spelling mistake. That'll bring up our comment bank and we can comment nice and easy. So we didn't have to write the whole comment, we just had to write the start of it. Equally, what we could do if we wanted to correct it for them, we could type in the G that was missing. That would highlight the G in green and also add a comment to highlight that that word had been changed. Another few things just to show you how we can add other comments is we might think this is a really good opening to the sentence. So we can click on the comment button again and we want to use the comment awesome opener. There we go. So we can comment there. And then maybe we want to use good vocabulary. I'm just going to highlight and fantastic vocabulary. Oh, if I could spell it. Fantastic vocabulary. So we've added a number of comments in a number of different ways. We can correct these ourselves within the text, and it will add a comment automatically, or we can use this comment bank, which will grow and grow as you use Google Classroom for feedback more often. Now, what I want to show you is we've already added some comments. We want to go back to the grading system because overall the punctuation is excellent. So I'm going to give 3 out of 3 and 3 out of 3 here too. So you can see that that highlights on the rubric for the pupil what they have received. They've got their private comment, and it also updates their mark to 6 out of 6. Now what I want to do is I'm just going to return that to the pupil. I'm going to click return. And once that's been returned, I'm going to switch to the pupil version just to show you what that looks like. So now I've switched over to the pupil who handed that classwork in. Now this is not a real pupil. This is just a fabricated pupil just for the purpose of this video. So I'm going to pop the classwork in there, and you can see that I've got my view my work. So I'm a pupil within this classroom, and I'm going to view my work. I can already see, oh, there's a snapshot. I've got 6 out of 6, but I want to see some more details. You can see I've got my private quote here, or my private comment, but I want to see some details. So you can see this was the task. This was the assignment I was given. Punctuation and grammar, these are the 3 criterion. So here, 1 point, I'm developing my punctuation and grammar. 2, I'm meeting expectations, but my number 3, I've got 3 points for punctuation and grammar because I exceeded expectations. The same with imagination. So it breaks down into criterion. So if you've got 5 criterion, they will work that way. Equally, you can have this as number 1, number 2, number 3. It can go left or right as you prefer. But as a pupil, they have access to see how it's been graded via the rubric. They've been given a private comment as well, but also they can click on and access the document itself so that they can see exactly what comments were left. So you can see they can click here and it'll show them exactly what comments, and they can reply or they can fix that and click done or the little tick. So that was just an example of how we can give feedback in real time or at the end of a completed assignment. They both work fundamentally the same. The only difference is if you're giving comments on a live document as a teacher, the pupil will be able to see them in real time. It's often a conversation that you maybe have to have with learners. If that is a distraction or it's really helpful, that can be something that you can implement to your classroom practice. I hope that was useful. That just gives you a brief overview of how you can start to think about giving feedback online.